What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Um, Getting into this episode of GH, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've enjoyed maybe a couple scenes out of this show, out of this episode today. I would have to say it was the Spencer Trina stuff and the Nicholas Ava stuff. I want to say those are the main things I enjoyed out of this entire episode. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Um, those were the highlights of the show for me. Um, I enjoyed Trina and Spencer's conversation because I felt like it was as real as you can get, and I felt like Trina was being as honest as she could be with him. Um, she pretty much told Spencer the same thing everybody else has been saying. He's not ready to be a father, like a parental figure. He's not ready for that. He's young. He still has a whole life ahead of him, a social life. Having a baby really doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do, but it definitely slows it down. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a whole nother life that you are responsible for and that you have to put first above yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy for somebody that's 19, 20 years old. It's not easy. Shit, it ain't easy for some of these 16-year-olds that's out here popping out babies and whatnot. So that's a huge adjustment. So, she was just trying to give him a little bit of reality, a little bit of real talk. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to handle that? Like, she's proud of him for stepping up to the plate the way he is, because that's a huge commitment. That's huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know nobody in that age bracket. Hell, I don't know nobody that's 40 that would step up to try to raise somebody else's child. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a major commitment. Um, and she also pointed out to him that some people may not want to date him, if he has a child. Being a single parent. You know what I'm saying? It might not be interesting to some females. You know what I'm saying? And I totally get where she was coming from, because that's true. It's unfortunate, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember Michelle Stafford did an interview years ago where she said that she had a date and her babysitter canceled at the last minute, so she had to rearrange her date. She called up her date and asked him, would it be okay if they had the date at her house, because her babysitter canceled. And the dude totally flaked out on her. He pretty much was like, yeah, I'm not down for that. You know what I'm saying? So they just canceled the date. And I was like, that's so messed up. You know what I'm saying? But it happens. It's messed up, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just, if you don't have kids or you have grown kids, some people are not cool with dating somebody who got kids. You know what I'm saying? Because they just feel like that's going to slow down what they're trying to do. Hanging out, all that type of stuff till whatever time. They just feel like that's cramping their style. So I feel like Trina was being honest, like as brutally honest as possible with that. She was trying to be as real with Spencer as possible about what's to come if you get this child. But she was shocked though that Ava and Spencer was gonna team up. Because she also pointed out how Nicholas was gonna use his influence and stuff to beat Spencer. Like, Nicholas is not gonna take this lying down, and he's not. So she was just pretty much giving him some of the realities that Sonny and Diane pretty much gave him as well. Like, this is, big boy stuff that you're trying to do. Like, you're stepping into grown man territory. You know what I'm saying? Are you really ready to do this? Because once the gloves are off, they're off. So he started, dabbling into their relationship. He was like, so do you think you would be able to handle it? Like, would you, stick by me? Would you support me in this endeavor? Would you date somebody that had kids or whatever? And she was like, honestly, I can't give you a concrete answer on that without experiencing it firsthand. She left it very open-ended. Let's say that. She pretty much put it out there, like it's a possibility. She wasn't flaking on Spencer or nothing like that. I think she was just trying to be as honest with him as humanly possible, because she can't give him concrete answers on stuff that she has not experienced. You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy to say yes and no to something that, is not a simple yes and no answer. And that's kind of what he was looking for, but it's not as simple as he wants it to be. And I mean, shit, if I was put in that position, I couldn't even answer those questions yes or no. So I commend Trina for trying to be as diplomatic and honest as she can, because it's not just a simple yes no answer here. But I love the chemistry between them. You know what I'm saying? And she pretty much told him, like, yo, I got you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm proud of you for stepping up. And he just wants her to, have his back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be there to support me. Like, I think she will. Her parents, like I said yesterday, her parents are not going to be happy about this. But I feel like Trina's definitely going to be there for Spencer. I don't know in what capacity, what role she going to play as far as if he gets custody. I don't know. But I definitely think that she's going to continue to be by his side, because she feels like at this point, she's tired of hiding her friendship from people. Like, she really wants to be all in with him. You know, as far as a friendship go, and maybe it could materialize into something else. But I got the feeling that she definitely wants something more with him, and he definitely wants something more with her. I think it's just a sticky situation at this point. But anyway, moving on from that, Nicholas popped up at the Metro Court to see Ava, and he had the divorce papers all signed. He was like, "You're getting everything you want." But he felt like, you know what, you need to hear me out because this might be the last time I get to talk to you directly. And he pretty much was saying that, she doesn't understand everything that's going on, pretty much alluding that there's more to the story than what she know. Everything is not as it seems. And saying that, it was outside forces that broke us up and this, that, and the third. Basically saying that him divorcing her and most of the stuff he's done is not of his own volition. My thing is, I'm glad Ava didn't fall for it. Because Ava was like, she was like, I was a split second away from falling for your bullshit. She said, but now I'm seeing how weak and pathetic you really are. And I'm glad she said that, because it is very weak and pathetic of him. Like, you're blaming other people and outside forces, but this is the woman that you claim to love, but you're not being honest with her, though. Like, you can't even trust her enough to tell her everything that's going on. Like, if somebody's forcing you to do this, forcing you to do that, why not tell her? Maybe y'all could have worked together to shut Victor down. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could have worked together on trying to conceal Esme. Who knows? But you brought Elizabeth into that and not your wife. So I don't blame her for wanting out of this marriage. You know what I'm saying? He's caused too much damage. You know what I'm saying? You pretended that you slept around with Elizabeth, got Elizabeth pregnant, but in reality, you got Esme pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Then you hit her in the tower. Like, he just continues to do dumb shit. So I don't blame Ava for being over it at this point and not wanting nothing to do with him. And Ava gladly signed those divorce papers. And Nicholas sitting there talking about, one day we're going to be together. We're going to be together at Windermere. Ava said, I don't want you. She said, I don't want you back. Ava was just not feeling him at that moment. And she took them wedding rings off and slammed them on that bar. She said, I'm good. I don't want you. So anyway, moving on from that, Drew. I am so not surprised that Drew no more. I'm not shocked that he decided to give Carly another chance. I'm not shocked. I'm like, of course, all hail Carly, of course. Get mad at that woman for all the 10 seconds. I say, you know what? Y'all ain't shit on this show. Y'all get mad at the wrong people for 20 years, but then other people get a pass in 10 seconds. Like, come on now. For the same shit, too. That's crazy to me. But you know what? That's his little dumbass decision. I will say this. I do like that he set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? For the relationship. I feel like everybody, even in real life, need to do this when you're dating somebody. In the beginning of the relationship, let them know what you will and will not put up with. What will and will not be tolerated. Because what you tolerate in the beginning is what you're going to have to put up with in the middle and in the end. That's what you're going to put up with. It's going to be a constant. You know what I'm saying? If somebody continue to lie to you, play you for a fool, I would say dump them right there. But you got to be very direct with what you want. So I can't blame him for telling Carly, like, point blank period, I'm not going to put up with this again. He's like, I'm not doing this again. Like, you may have gotten a pass this time, but don't let this become a habit with us. Like, I'm not going to deal with somebody that's going to keep lying to me. I don't blame him for that. You know what I'm saying? Because Carly was trying to be honest to a fault. Like, she was like, I don't know if I would have told Nina, if I would have ever told Nina about Willow, but she wishes that she could have just go back and told Willow about it. So I'm like, okay, maybe so, but she's still not being honest about why she did it. I think a part of her did it for Willow. I give her that. I think a part of her did it for Willow, but a big part was about revenge. She could lie and say no, it wasn't, but it was. So yeah, I'm not shocked that he took her back. I'm like, of course. So they went up, to Carly's house or whatever, and of course they, got down to business. I would find that so awkward for her to be having sex with a whole nother dude in Sonny's house and Sonny's bed. I'm just saying, that's so awkward. I just find it so weird though that she wanted that house and that divorce. I still find it odd. It's like you have your own house though. Like, are they not using the house anymore that Jax had built for them? when they first were married? Like, is that house completely gone now? Like, because she never mentioned selling it, and I thought Bobby lived there, but still, it's like, why would you not want to go back there? I'm confused. But anyway, you know, her and Drew finally got down with the get down. Good for them. Kudos to you. You finally got some. You know, she finally got some vitamin D. That's good for her. You know, I heard that it clears the skin. Let me stop. I'm saying I heard vitamin D was good for the skin. I'm just saying, you know, it clears it up better than a Vino. So anyway, moving on from that, Gladys, Miss Gladys. Gladys is way over her head with Miss Wu, because I'm like, Miss Wu was not playing with her. She was like, baby, it's time to collect. I'm here to collect my money. Gladys owes her $175,000. You know how horrible you have to be at poker? You know how much of a terrible gambler you have to be to lose $175K? That's somebody's college fund. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is terrible. Like, you got to be dreadful in the poker to lose that kind of money. So now, in order to satisfy debt, she gonna tell Ms. Wu, oh, I'll give you Brando's garage, even though, you know, Sasha owns it. I control her funds and her assets, so I can just give that to you, and she'll be okay with it once I make the money back. Sweetie, you owe $175,000. You're never gonna make that back. You're a horrible gambler. You need to quit. You're terrible. So, you know, Ms. Wu said, fine, that'll settle it. But my whole thing is, that garage don't look like it's worth $175,000. I'm just saying, it don't look like it's worth that. 20, maybe 30K tops, maybe 40. I wouldn't think 175,000 would pay for that garage. I'm just saying, I wouldn't think that. So of course, Cody was over there eavesdropping on the conversation. He goes up and asks Miss Wu about who she was talking to, you know, because he felt like he knew the name Gladys, so he was asking about the last name, and she told him, and he remembered that, you know, Sasha and all them mentioned Gladys to him, and that's when he realized that that's the Gladys they were talking about, and he also knows that Gladys is in charge of Sasha's money. I don't trust him. Something tell me he probably gonna try to blackmail Gladys into giving up some of Sasha's money to him or something. I don't trust him at this point. I really don't. So of course Mac wasn't too thrilled to see Cody talking with Ms. Wu or whatever. So he got into that father mode or whatever, that protector mode. And Felicia was like, why do you care so much? You know what I'm saying? Why do you care about Cody so much? Like, what brought this on? And he just chalked it up to him being Dominique's son because he felt like Dominique would want him to look after her kid. So they started asking Cody about the memorial, you know, giving their condolences and stuff like that about Britt, and asking if he gonna go to the memorial. He talking about, oh, I'm not gonna go, or he don't think he gonna go because all it's gonna do is remind him of his failures and his screw ups. I'm like, sir, why are you making this girl's memorial and her death all about you? It's not about you. Why don't you just go there, pay your respects to her, give your condolences to the family, and then skedaddle? I mean, I don't understand why he's making all this about him. It's not about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did have a moment with Britt, you know, before her death and stuff like that. So why don't you just remember the little moments that you had with her and stop making it about you? It's not about you. So anyway, moving on from that, Nina, of course, is not a match. She finally got a phone call from the lab. She's not a match for Willow as far as donating bone marrow, because it just doesn't line up. I don't blame Nina for being pissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just feel like she can't lose another kid. I can't say I fault her for that, you know. But I got a feeling that this is going to be another eye-opener for her, and I have a feeling that she's not going to let this war with Carly go now. Now that she's not a match and she can't save Willow, she's going to take it out on Carly ass at this point. That's how I feel. I think that's exactly what she's going to do. Despite what Lisa told her to focus on Willow, she's going to take it out on Carly at this point. You know, Willow was devastated because she feels like at this point nobody can help her or whatever. Nobody can save her at this point. You know, Michael tried to reassure her, like, listen, even though Nina's not a match, we can still find you another donor. There's somebody out there that has to be a match. You know what I'm saying? Is all hope is not lost. Um, I'm glad BOQ and Ned showed up to support Michael. And Ned made it clear to Michael. He was like, listen, just because we're having issues as far as business is concerned, you're still family. I'm still here for you and Willow. And I like that, because that's what the Quartermains do. You know what I'm saying? They might feud with each other on a business front. They might even have a little personal animosity. But when the chips are down, they're going to come together. I wonder where the hell Monica at. Like, is Leslie Charles is Leslie Charleston, is she officially retired now, or what are we doing with Monica? Because it's kind of odd that Michael's grandmother is not here for all of this. Her grandson is going through all this, his lady is going through all this, and Monica's not nowhere in sight, not even a mention. Like, where is she? They need to correct this. Because Monica hasn't been around for nothing. She ain't been around for no holiday this year. Well, 2022, she wasn't around for the holidays. She ain't been around for nothing. I'm like, well, damn, what's going on? Can we get an update? Because that's kind of odd, even for Monica not to be around for none of this stuff. It's weird. BOQ, she got a little competition because they were all together when they got word that Nina wasn't a match. Sonny was pretty much telling Michael that they're going to get through this and whatnot. BOQ pretty much said that she need to call Chase, that Chase need to be updated. Her and Sasha said it both at the same time. I was like, yeah, it looks like you may have a little competition here, because as you all know, Sasha and Chase have been spending some time together. So, and even Willow had told BLQ, if you really have strong feelings for Chase and stuff, fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Because she don't know if she should continue to fight for him or move on. I'm like, I would fight. If you still feel there's, something to fight for, why not? You know what I mean? Like, I don't totally feel like Chase is fully done with her. I think he's just saying what he's saying and doing what he's doing out of anger at this point. I don't think he's fully done with BOQ. She might have to grovel a little bit more, but, me personally, I wouldn't grovel for nobody. Like, if I apologize to you once or twice and you still don't accept, go about your business. I'm not kissing your ass to get along with you. That's just me. But I don't know. She might have a little competition in the hen house. I'm just saying. Sonny is still walking around optimistic that Nina and Willow could still have a relationship, because Sasha told Nina, just be there for her. Show up for her like you did for Sasha. You know what I'm saying? Just continue to be there for her. I think eventually Nina and Willow can have a relationship, a meaningful mother-daughter relationship. But Nina would have to change some stuff about herself. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would have to drastically change a little bit, because Nina does too much that could rub people the wrong way. But Sonny is optimistic that him and Michael are making strides. I'm like, Sonny, y'all are not making strides. Like I said before, Sonny caught Michael in a weak moment, and that's why he was cordial with him. But trust me, Michael has not forgiven nor forgot, and he's still gunning for Sonny ass at this point. So I don't know why Sonny letting his guard down with him. I mean, I get it. That's his son, so that's his blind spot. But I'm like, you need to open your eyes, sir. He ain't forgiving you. He's still coming at your throat. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought. And I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.